What was the spot on that we saw on TV and Coach talked about it with Travis over on the sideline? You guys get emotional about these things. What was Travis like out there in the huddles and all that?
It's Travis. He's just normal Travis. He's a guy that loves it. He loves it. He's passionate about it, and that's what's made him so great. And so I've not seen what y'all are talking about, but I know Coach Reid loves it, I know Travis loves it, I know they love each other, and that's what you want out of the greats. I think we had the pass on the field, and with the review, I got to talk it over with the guys on the sideline, and we thought they might play a man coverage, and we had a good play that we got to, and it was just about buying time, with that defensive line. And so I wish I could have got it a little bit further and made an easier catch, but a tremendous catch by him on that right there, and then securing it and getting us still one so we can score a touchdown.
So you were always going, that was your first read on that play?
It's a kind of a dual read where it's kind of a man versus zone type read, and so having the man coverage, we had a play where it was kind of you run towards the post and then back out, and he did a good job of winning. Obviously, I was rolling the other way, so it was a little further throw, but just giving him a chance to make a play and a guy making a play.
When you went to the sideline, you're intending that it's going to be the Tyquan specifically?
I like the play just in general, so just knowing that they probably could play man, that was a good big matchup alert.
You weren't getting field goals instead of touchdowns. What does it say about your defensive performance to kind of keep things at bay?
Yeah, they've been playing great these last 2 weeks. They've played winning football, and for us, we got to clean stuff up and get better and better. And but they're playing good. They're playing tight coverage. They're rushing. They're blitzing. They're doing all type of different stuff that you're supposed to do as a winning defense. And so for us, if they can continue to do that and we can clean stuff up, we'll win a lot of football games. We got to get to, and so obviously did it once. I knew immediately it was backwards. You could tell I'm running to go recover the ball even though they had blown the whistle, and then secondly did it again, and it's like I don't think I've done it maybe ever in my career, so to do it twice in kind of a short span like that. But I will say it was a great tackle. I'll prop myself. That was a big time tackle. So I'm not going to try to do that again, but that was we'll throw the ball forward from now on.
There was the spot on that we saw on TV and Coach talked about it with Travis over on the sideline. You guys get emotional about these things. What was Travis like out there in the huddles and all that?
It's Travis. He's just normal Travis. He's a guy that loves it. He loves it. He's passionate about it, and that's what's made him so great. And so I've not seen what y'all are talking about, but I know Coach Reid loves it, I know Travis loves it, I know they love each other, and that's what you want out of the greats.
Patrick, on the first touchdown pass, it seemed like maybe Tyquan wasn't your first option. Just does that play a culmination of the trust you sort of developed in him to see sort of on that back shoulder to see that he's open?
Yeah, for sure. Just knowing kind of the coverage, I think that was a good job by him. Knowing that we were trying to kind of get something to Juju or Travis out in the flat, and then kind of having a spot up route for Juju, and how their double guy, kind of like last week with the Eagles, double guy ran to get to Travis and get it out of the way for the reason that it happened. But obviously a big moment because he's about to pick that ball up. I can see his eyes get big, like he's about to score a touchdown, and that's what you got to finish in this game. You got to compete. You got to love the game. And whenever you make a mistake, you got to still leave it all on the line. And we were able to get that ball back, and the defense got a huge stop for us there at the end of the half, and then we were able to get 3 points. So definitely a momentum swing, and making a bad play not as bad.
Last two
Patrick, you hit Tyquan earlier on that drive on like a 3rd and 8, I think it was. But were you targeting him, or because
I was throwing it to Hollywood, who was open, and Tyquan was running the post, and he got, I think, a little jammed up at the line of scrimmage. And I saw Hollywood, but I also saw Dexter Lawrence, so I was trying to throw it to a spot, and I heard the crowd kind of reacting that bad way, and then I looked up, and the guy that I wasn't throwing to caught it, so I was just like, let's go.
And then just the other thing, that first drive of the second half, it looked like you guys were as sharp as you've been. What went into that? Was it some kind of reboot at halftime in some way?
Yeah. We talked at halftime. I think more than anything, guys we wanted to execute. At the end of the day, it's all about execution in this league. And when you make one mistake, it can really hurt your drive. Defenses are good, and they do a good job of capitalizing on that. And so we had a couple drives early in the game that we drove down the field and we pushed ourselves back and had to kick long field goals. And so for us, just executing all the way throughout a drive and seeing that, that's what we want to be, and we have to continue to do that more often.
Last one, Sam. Just ask this because I don't want to assume anything. You probably didn't get many reps with Tyquan last year at all, right?
No, but he would come in, like, you get in those practices sometimes and guys are a little banged up at the end of the season. He'd kind of come in and run some of those deeper routes. And I would throw to him a couple times last year just to see, like, what he had. And you could see that he had juice. And now just getting into OTAs and then into training camp, he was one of those guys that was down there with me working in Texas. And so I knew he was going to be a good football player, but he's even exceeding my expectations. And so he's stepping up whenever the opportunity has been provided for him.
Any injuries? Brian Cook was okay at the end of it, so everybody else made it through all right. A good win to get, in particular when you haven't had one. So that was important to take a step forward. The second quarter was hard to watch there, but the third and fourth quarter, I thought our guys really came together and played well. I thought defensively we did some really good things with the turnovers. And the interceptions and turnovers. I thought Bolton with the 14 tackles did a heck of a job, and our third downs were incredible. So great pressure up front. It starts there. And then likewise on the offensive side, Pat had some really good things he did out there, and the offensive line I thought did a heck of a job. I was probably most happy for Pacheco coming home and putting up a 4.5 yard per carry shot out there, which was good, and Kareem did some good things there too. Thornton, great to get him involved in the game plan. I thought he played well. But again, it all starts up front. That defensive line, Brian's done a nice job as their personnel department of getting these defensive linemen. That's as good a defensive line as there is in this league. And then offensively, he's got some good things going. He's got Wilson there, which is a plus, and then you got a young quarterback behind him, which is also a plus. So the sky's the limit, and they've got good receivers. So it's we looked at the tape. We looked at them playing Washington and barely squeaking, Washington barely squeaking out the win. We watched Dallas, and where they really got after it in the Dallas game and played well. But again, this game is the margin between winning and losing is so small. So I know New York people are very passionate. So give Brian an opportunity, man. He's got great personality for this sport and for you people here. So anyways, with that, time's yours.
What stands out most about Tyquan Thornton's catch there on the down late game?
Well, both of them, right? He had the one, we back to back, Pat went to him. And it was a nice job, making the second one go there. So, and he's got, he's showing some things. So that's, he's a guy that I know Juju spoke highly of when he was at the Patriots. I mentioned Bill Belichick, gave him big compliments, and he's come in here and done nothing but work hard. And so it's nice to see him getting an opportunity.
Andy, did Patrick, was that the call of the play that had you go right back to him on that second play, or was that Patrick's read all the way?
Yeah, it was Patrick, yeah.
He wasn't by your design.
Nags and I tag team those things, so give Nags the credit on that.
And just to come out in the second half, it looked like some juice and execution that maybe you hadn't had. What
we played better together is what we did. Played better together. So we had too many mistakes. One thing here, one thing there. Some of that can be that you're just trying too hard at times, and then some dumb things can happen. And so you've got to really stay on top of that. And everything's about execution on the offense side, but you got to have everybody doing it. And then I've got to make sure I get them in the right position to be able to do those things. So it's a team effort, but everybody has to come together on that. And I thought they did a better job with that.
Late in the first half, when Patrick recovered that lateral and ripped the ball out of Okerike's hands, when a quarterback makes a play like that, what kind of impact does it have on the rest of the team?
Yeah, that was big. That was that's how he rolls. He's 100 miles an hour. You've seen the last couple of weeks what he's done when he's carried the ball, and we saw it again tonight when he carried the ball. But those kind of things he does, it seems like every week he'll do something like that, and the guys know that he's all in. It's not it wasn't where we needed to be. So within reason, he knows when to back off the pedal and knows when to push it too. So that's part I love about him. The guy's all in. Just sometimes I have to be the policeman.
Was there a specific play that was bothering you, or was it more trying to get something out of him? Or?
No, he was all in. He was all in. Listen, he's an emotional guy. He's Irish.
Andy, sorry, related, but just related to that. I mean, it looked like you felt like maybe you were telling him to, I hate to put it this strongly, but to back off a little bit. Do you feel like within reason?
Don't make too much of it. I mean, look, he's a passionate guy, and I love that part. So I've been through a lot of things with him. So that's all part of it. I love that he loves to play the game. That's what I love, and it's an emotional game. So I'll take it.
Coach, when you're in that second quarter and it's just not working right, was halftime a welcome thing at that point, or was it hard to kind of dig out while it was going on?
No, we had the big PI towards the end there, right? And that was a good thing. So you end on a positive note. But at the same time, we need to tighten things up as far as making mistakes, getting the guys in the right position, and making sure we were doing the right things, giving them plays, and likewise them executing plays.
That's what I'm saying. What did you think of just the secondary tonight, specifically the way the defenders played?
I love the interceptions, man. Turnovers are a beautiful thing. And then they've got good receivers. That number one is the real deal. He's as good as there is in this league. So for us to be able to put the clamps on him a little bit, that's not an easy chore. He's a heck of a football player.
The Kansas City Chiefs may have secured their first victory of the season, but the post-game headlines weren't only about touchdowns and stats. Instead, the spotlight turned toward an unexpected moment of tension involving Travis Kelce, Patrick Mahomes, and head coach Andy Reid. What really happened on that sideline? And why are Mahomes and Reid now urging caution around the star tight end? Let's break it down. During the matchup against the New York Giants, Travis Kelce delivered key plays that reminded everyone why he's considered one of the best in the league. But emotions ran high, and cameras caught Kelce in a heated exchange with Andy Reid after a critical first down. The clip quickly went viral, sparking debate across social media about whether this was simple passion for the game or a sign of deeper frustration boiling over. After the win, both Patrick Mahomes and Coach Reid were asked about the exchange. Their answers were telling. Mahomes, always the leader, admitted that competitive fire sometimes spills out, but he also cautioned that Kelce has to control his emotions so it doesn't distract from the bigger mission, winning games and pushing toward another championship. Reid echoed those thoughts, acknowledging Kelce's intensity, but stressing the importance of channeling that energy in the right direction. Fans know Kelce as a fiery competitor, but with the entire NFL world watching, and with Taylor Swift's name often tied to his every move, the drama feels bigger than football. Every sideline argument becomes a trending topic. Every facial expression a meme. That's why Mahomes and Reid's caution carries so much weight. They need Kelce focused, locked in, and fully prepared for the long season ahead. This first win was crucial for Kansas City, a statement that the defending champs are still a force to be reckoned with. But it also came with a reminder, passion is powerful, but discipline wins championships. The Chiefs leaders know that if Kelce can balance his fire with focus, the team's road to glory might just be unstoppable. So the question now is simple. Will Travis Kelce turn this emotional outburst into motivation, or will the spotlight of fame and pressure continue to test his limits?